I'm Brenda. Welcome to Nana Sid and Apron, and welcome to my kitchen. We just returned from a vacation. We went on a cruise, and one of the ports that we stopped at was in Honduras. We went on an excursion with some friends and had a wonderful time. We stopped at a beach. It was like a little bar type thing at, I think it's called Bananarama. But we tried some street vendor foods, which was delicious. It was empanadas. We got the beef and the chicken ones. A friend of ours, Ronnie Gilbert, he and his wife Teresa have a travel channel that's called the Traveling Gilberts. If you have not saw any of their videos, we're going to leave a link. Check them out. But while we were eating those, Ronnie said, I bet you can take this and just turn it into something that you want to make. So I thought, well, you know what? Why not? I've never made empanadas. Let me give it a try. So what I've got over here in my crock pot already is, uh-oh, a little dark, sorry. I put some chicken tenders in there. And along in that, I put a tablespoon of taco seasoning. I put some cumin. I said it right, cumin. I think I put a teaspoon of cumin. I put a half teaspoon of salt. I put some onion powder, some garlic powder. It's just kind of off, one of those on the fly kind of things. I've got cilantro in there. In a little while, I made some cubes of like lime juice and stuff like that from citrus that I needed to store. So I just took the juice, squeezed it out, stuck it in my trays and stuck it in the freezer. But I'm going to take one of those and throw it in there probably once it's almost finished cooking. But I've got it cooking on high. I'm going to cook it for about 4 hours. And then I'm going to shred this chicken, and we're going to add, and then we're going to make our handmade empanada crust. This is all new to me, so stick around. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, the chicken is done. I've got the crock sitting over here with chicken in it. It doesn't, the recipe doesn't require cheese, but I just I require cheese. So, I've already got some of it chopped up, and I love this little shredder. Of course, I'm missing the bowl. It's okay. But I like to have some fresh cheese to put on the empanadas, just a little bit. It's so tasty. But don't you look at that? Love it. I got it from Amazon. No, I don't have a link, but you gotta do is go to Amazon and search for it. I'll get Tom to bring the box over here so I can show you what this is actually. Well, let me just tell you. It's called a multifunction tumbling box shredder. And you decide which one you want, which brand you like the best. I can tell you so far, this one has been amazing. It has this little suction thing over here to where it locks it down on the counter. You don't have to worry about it sliding around everywhere. Now, I have to grate up a stick of butter, a stick of frozen butter. Slice it in half. No, I didn't have it. I already know that does not have a cutting board up underneath of it. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in here with this. I don't think it'll be a problem. I remember which way to turn it. Always is helpful. I probably should have got a bigger bowl. I don't really know. There you go. Just that quick. One stick of butter. Shredded. You can use a box shredder if you don't have, or the hand shredder, whatever. Whatever you have. But, you know, Christmas is coming. This sure would be a nice gift for someone who does a lot of cooking and baking and things of that kind. I did make a mess though. Nothing unusual. Now I've already got my other stuff pre-measured. I'll tell you what all it is. It's for the Empanada Crust. And you can already see that is 1 full stick of frozen butter, shredded. In my bowl over here, I have 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I have a teaspoon of salt. I have a teaspoon of sugar. I'm just swishing that in together. And then we're going to take this whole stick of butter, shredded butter, and dump it in there. And this is a dough fork, by the way. I think this is the first time I've actually used it for dough. Now, I think if you wanted to put something like a little bit of chili powder in here, you could put like a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder if you wanted to. Or taco seasoning. But, now, we're going to work this in with our dough fork. I'm going to work this into the flour. Oopsie. And once we get this worked in, we're going to lightly flour our working surface, which I'm going to cover mine with parchment paper. But we're going to lightly flour our work surface. Sorry I keep doing that. Oopsie. And then we're going to work the dough, kneading it several times until it's nice and smooth. And then we're going to divide it into 6 portions. Going to form a disc. Going to roll it out with the roller, make a disc, and then we're going to wrap it individually in plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. If you use a shredder to do that with your butter, it works so much easier. It does have to be frozen. The recipe specifically calls for frozen. And by the way, I am getting this recipe from, well, the recipe for the dough for the empanada. I'm getting this recipe from wholeandheavenlyoven.com. We will put a link for you guys to check out their webpage. And again, I've never done this before, so okay, now it says to do it until and make it into a shaggy mass, and if it seems too dry, then you're going to add extra ice water to it. So right now we're going to go ahead and add our 1 egg yolk. Just going to drizzle that over it. And we're going to do 4 tablespoons of ice water. Ice water being the trick. So I'm measuring out 4 tablespoons. I know I bought ice cube trays just for certain things here, so this is one of them. If it's too wet, then you want to add just a little bit of flour to it. Too dry, just a little more ice water. So let's get this fork and get our dough working again. You want your butter to be incorporated very well. Although we did shred it, it still needed to be incorporated very well. Okay, yeah. It's not quite a shaggy dough. So I'm going to add a little more to it because I have a lot of dry flour in here still. So let's add, I want to put another tablespoon in. See what that does for it. Just work that around in there. Yeah. Y'all know I'm fixing to use my hand, so So, fast forward or turn away. Don't look. Don't look, Ethel. Don't look. Yeah, there we go. 5 tablespoons is what I did end up using of the ice water. Cause see, that's a shaggy dough. Has to be that way. Did I mention we're gonna air fry these? I don't know if I did or not, but we are. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, now let's try to clear out some of this mess. And y'all didn't know I've got a sous chef, did you? I do. His name is Thomas. Okay, now, would you mind to pour me off some parchment paper, please, dear? But we'll get that open, and then we're gonna pull off a piece that's gonna be big enough to cover my work surface right here. All right, thank you. And just lay that down there and just do a little sprinkle over it. Can you pull my sleeve up? Pull it up. There you go. Thank you. Okay, now. I'm going to do it like this, and I'm just working it around. Knead it. Whoops. slinging flour. Look out. See, it's got a little piece of cheese in there, but it's fine. Ooh, I think I would rather have some cheese inside of the dough myself. Okay, now, I need to cut it into 6 pieces. I'm actually just going to make little discs out of them. I'm not going to roll them out yet. And my sous chef over there is going to pull me off some pieces of plastic that we're going to place these in. Just like this is all I'm doing. Just a little round disc that we're going to wrap in plastic wrap and sit in the refrigerator. Probably going to get me a little pan out to set them on. Wrap these up one at a time, set them to the side, get my... You know I don't have my sink of water. Y'all know that. You can tell by the sound, can't you? Who forgot to do that? Me. Alright, just lay these on this pan and I'll put it in the refrigerator. You want to work fast on this because if your butter starts melting, that's not a good thing. So, if you don't have anybody to help you, go ahead and pull off all of your plastic wrap and stuff before you start mixing everything. Because you really want to get this wrapped up and set in the refrigerator. You know, and again, it's going to be in there for 30 minutes. So, that'll take a little while. And so, there that is. And we'll see you in 30. Okay, the air fryer has 3 minutes left until it's preheated to 400 degrees. The dough has been in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out one at a time so that it doesn't get up to room temperature too quickly. Now, I have one of these little pastry, I'm going to call it a doohickey because I don't know. If you know the real name for it, please put it in the comments below and let me know. But I'm going to use this to form the empanadas with. If you don't have one of these, you'll want to roll out your dough to about 6-inch circle. Put your filling about 3 to 4 tablespoons, depending on how much you can get in it, in the center. Fold it over, take a fork, and crimp the edges with it. Now, once we're finished doing that, we're going to do, I've got an egg wash over here ready. We're going to egg wash both sides of all empanadas. Then we're going to also spray them with some nonstick spray. I have some olive oil in a spray bottle. That's, well, it's Pam. That's what it is. And then you spray both sides really good. Then you put them in. You're going to cook it for 5 minutes. Then you're going to turn them over. And you're going to cook them for another 5 minutes. But you also need to spray your nonstick spray. All kinds of noises, huh? Your nonstick spray on your basket. Yeah. I've only used this like 3 times now, so have patience. Let's hope this turns out to be really, really tasty. Okay. Get you sit down right here. And make sure you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to unwrap this. And we're going to roll this out to about 6 inches round. Flour your surface. You don't want it to stick. And then just take your rolling pin, roll it out. Test to see if this will fit in my pastry doohickey thing or not. Oh, yes, that is ready to go. Alright. Peel that up off of there. Like this. Okay. And let's get this over here and see if it's going to fit. That's going to fit okay. Yeah. I'm just going to give it a slight little stretch out so that it'll, okay, now see this is rounded down here, so I'm just going to fill that up. Sorry about turning my back on you guys. I have a small kitchen. I think I've mentioned that before. So, we're just going to do what we can do with what we have, right? That's how we do it. 3 to 4 tablespoons of the filling. I think I'm going to go with 3. Let's see here. And yes, I've already tasted, as has Tom, we've already tasted our chicken, and it tastes delicious. Now, if you want cheese in yours, this would be the time to go ahead and sprinkle you a little bit of cheese in there. I think I would rather not, because I do not want it to come out in case it doesn't seal real good. I would rather not have that kind of mess inside of the air fryer. So, yeah, washing my hands off, and let's crimp this together and see if it works. It should. I hope. Oh no, it came out the back. Is that normal? I don't know. I've never used it before. All right. Well, it looks pretty good. Look at that. You see that? Now, next on the list is to pull the basket out. Let's see here. Oh, I just have a little more room. Okay, if I had a kitchen twice the size, I'd still be saying I need a little more room. All right. Pull our basket out and spray it real good. Spray it real good, because I know stuff's going to stick to it anyway. Just like that. Yeah. Little egg wash on here. Just lightly. Don't go too overboard with it. Probably shouldn't be doing that on here. And we're going to spray it with some olive oil. We're going to flip it over. Yeah, I'll have to get another piece of... Oh my goodness, it is... it's opening apart already. Oh well. It happens. I haven't done it before. We'll get this one, and then oh, this is messy, y'all. Messy, messy, messy. Put one in there. Go ahead and do my other one right quick. Just put me a little bit of flour on here. Hope that it doesn't stick. I don't know about using that thing. Not too sure about that. But that's probably my fault. It's not the pastry thingy's fault. I'm the one that rolled it out, right? Rolled it out too thin. This one's going to be smaller, obviously, because it wasn't as much dough. I didn't even it out right, did I? But it's okay. It'll work. It'll work. I'm trying to work quick because I don't want that to start melting down in there. Okay. Let's see. Can I do this on there? Maybe. Maybe. But let's put some of this in here. That. Ooh, look at that big old piece of chicken right there. You know, I almost plucked that out of there and threw it in my mouth. Alright. Uh-oh. Yeah, that didn't work so good that time. Okay, I'll get a fork. And we'll do this one with a fork. I put too much in it. So I'm just going to squish the edges here, and I'm going to take this fork and crimp around the edges. Ooh, I just know this is probably going to make a mess. I know. I guess you could bake them in the oven, but I was hoping to be able to use my air fryer. Okay. Egg wash. Good helping of olive oil. Egg wash again. Again, when we get finished with these, get this in here. We're going to do 5 minutes on each side. Ooh, that is hard to pick up. It's a mess. Alright. Got them in there like that. Wipe off my hand. Make sure we're closed, and we're going to go back up to 400 degrees for 5 minutes. That's how we're going to start. It might be more than that. Now, while those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get these other ones done and lay them on a pan and stick them back in the fridge. Hey, that's looking pretty good, huh? Can y'all see that? It's dark in here. It's raining outside, so. But we're gonna give it a flip, and we're gonna put it back in. 5 minutes. I've already got 2 of these ready to go. All I have to do is put the egg wash on them. I decided to stop using the crimper because the dough amount was too small. I'm going to do it for 6 minutes. So 11 minutes total is what we're doing. Okay, I'll be back with you in just a little while. Okay. 11 minutes, that's what I went total with, was 11 minutes. So, let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. Aren't those pretty? I hope they taste as good as they look. Now, I have a plate. You know what, guys? Let me sit y'all right here. I have a plate here that I'm going to put these on. And then, I'm just using a spatula to pull those out. And then I'm going to spray. Ooh, look at that. Don't they look so good? My goodness. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these. I'm going to spray the bottom of this really good. And I think I'm going to do 6 minutes on each side instead of 5. Because I would like for this one to be just a bit more brown. But I'll check it after 5. In the meantime, look at that. Smells as good as it looks. We're going to do a taste test when I get them all finished though. So I'll be back in a little while. Now, we're going to give these a taste and see how they turned out. I can tell you, I want you to look at this crust. Look at that. Flaky and delicious. Wow, there we go. All right. Yeah. So good. And hang on. I'm sorry, you all know I don't like to eat and try to talk to you. You're going to find the full recipe for mine on my Facebook page, Handcrafted By. And I did a few things different. The recipe that you'll see on the web page that I spoke of, where I got the idea for this from, is for buffalo chicken empanadas. We're not that big a fan of really spicy stuff like that. So, I did mine different. And I told you when I put the chicken in the crock pot, the stuff that I was putting in it. So, you're kind of familiar by now with what I did put in it. But, these are so good. Give them a try. Ronnie, thank you for asking me if I can do that, buddy. Because I can, and they're good. Ooh, they're good. Tom's over there just shoving his face full of his. He's, Okay. This does make 6, and therefore we get to have leftovers tomorrow. Easy enough Friday night dinner, huh? You all take care. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will. And to all the new subscribers, thank you so much and welcome. For those of you that's been sticking through me for all this time, or sticking with me, not through me, don't stick through me. For those of you that's been sticking with me all this time, thank you so much. A heartfelt thank you. I appreciate it. Click the notification bell, and then that way you'll get you'll know each time I put new content on. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you have any suggestions, leave me a comment below. And just know, this is so good. Please do give it a try. I know you'll like it. See y'all on the next one. Bye.